have heard you say that religion and politics are opposite dimensions. A religious man cannot be interested in politics, and a politician can never become religious while remaining a politician. If this is true, is there no chance for a better world?
I have said that, and I still repeat it again. The really religious person cannot be interested in politics. And the politician, remaining a politician, cannot have any religious experience, any taste of that flight to the unknown. But I have never said that there is no hope for a better world. This is true. The politician cannot become religious for the simple reason that all politics as such is power politics. It is will to power. One wants to dominate. One wants to possess. One wants to be the decisive factor in people's lives. These are the qualities of the ego. Obviously, this type of person cannot be religious, because religion is basically the experience of egolessness. In religion, there is no place for will to power. In fact, in religion, there is no place even for will. Will to power is far away. Even will to be is not there. One is in the hands of existence, in a deep let go. This let go is what I call religiousness. That's why I said they are opposite dimensions. But don't be worried. it does not mean that there is no hope for humanity, no hope for future. I am a man who hopes even against hope. It is impossible for me to be hopeless. And when there is hope, you can always find a way. The proverb is that wherever there is will, there is way. I don't think it is right. Everywhere there is will, and there is no way. Some idiot must have made this proverb. But wherever there is hope, there is always a way. I would like to change the proverb. I don't have any right to change anything. But I am simply crazy, you can't help. I go on changing meaning of words. Because my feeling is that no word has any ultimate meaning. All meanings are given meanings. If somebody else can give a meaning to it, why I cannot give meaning to it? Words in themselves are just sounds. The word means what you want it to mean. It depends on you. So I would like to change this old proverb. For my people, will is poison. Because will ultimately leads to politics. Will means that I want to be something, somewhere, somebody. I teach you will-lessness. That's my meaning of let go. The will clings. The will tries to force its own way. It wants the existence to follow it. When I say will-lessness, I am saying to you, don't force your way. Just let the nature take its own course. You be just a cloud. Wherever the wind blows, the cloud moves with no resistance, with no grumpiness. That I wanted to go to south and what is happening? I am going to north. I hate it. I was destined towards south. dreaming of the south, and everything is shattered by this wind. No, the cloud simply moves with the wind. There is no conflict, there is no resistance. The wind and the cloud are not two. If the wind suddenly changes its move, going from north, it starts moving towards east or west. The cloud does not even raise a question that this is inconsistent. We were going to north. I had agreed, irrespective of the fact that I was destined to go to south. I had sacrificed my goal just to be with you. Now this is too much. Somehow I managed myself the idea of going to the north agreeable. And you seem to be just mad. You have started moving towards east or west. This is inconsistent. This is not friendly. This is not the way of lovers. This is a divorce. Now, I cannot be a follower always. Wherever you go, I have to go. I am not just an hand-pegged husband. If you want to go to hell, go. I am not going. No, there is no question even that it is inconsistent. The cloud has no will, hence no conflict, no question, no doubt. The way of the wind is accepted as the way of existence. That's how existence wants. The cloud is in a tremendous let go. It has no will of its own. The cloud is not and cannot be a politician. The religious man cannot be interested in politics for the simple reason he has nowhere to reach. He has reached there already. He is there. Where the politician is trying to reach and never reaches, cannot reach because of the very nature of things. The religious person is already there. He has not reached there. He has discovered that he has been always there, always and always. From the very beginning, he has never been anywhere else. Even if he wants to, it is impossible. He can only be where he is. Nowhere else he can move. How can you move from yourself, from your being? And nothing is higher than that. Nothing is more blissful. There is no need either. Hence, the religious man cannot be interested in politics. And because the politician's way is against the flow, against the current, he is trying to move above everybody's head. Whatsoever the cost, whatever evil means he has to use, does not matter. All that matters is that he is determined to become somebody significant. That he has to leave his name in the pages of history. Although nobody reads those names. And as history grows bigger, and it goes on becoming bigger every day, bigger names go on becoming smaller, naturally. Those who were very prominent go on slipping in the footnotes, are just referred. Once they overruled the whole world. Genghis Khan was one of the greatest emperors ever. He ruled from one corner of Asia to the other corner of Europe. Both the continents were under his thumb. He was called the Great Khan. But now, if you look in the history of the world, yes, you will find his name referred in some footnote. The history will become sooner or later even more bigger. First you slip in the footnotes, then you start disappearing from the footnotes. Leaving your name in the history books is writing your name on the sand. One of my teachers, he was a history teacher. Used to say again and again, and this has been said almost to everybody, leave your name in the pages of history. Write your name in golden letters. You should leave your mark that you have been here. The first day I entered his class, of course, the first day the teacher is at his best. He tries hard to impress, because the first impression is the last impression. So he was at his peak. Not speaking, but thundering. I could not tolerate when he said that you have to leave your name in the history. It has to be written in golden letters. You have to make a mark that you have been here. I stood up and I said, you are shouting too loudly. And here are only 40 students. Are you leaving your mark on the walls of this classroom or on the tables, chairs? You are thundering as if you are addressing a meeting of at least 10,000 people. And can I ask few things? One thing, I have never seen any history book written in golden letters. So all those who have been up to now, nobody has been able to write his name in golden letters. Are you proposing that for me especially a book will be written in golden letters? And even if it is written in golden letters, I will not be here to see. So what is the point whether my name is written in it or not? In fact, when I came into this world, I had no name. The name is given to me. The name is just arbitrary. It is not mine. So whether it is written in the history book or not does not matter. Secondly, you are saying, leave your impact here, that you have been here. You are talking just like a dog. He said, what? I said, yes. Because dogs leave their impact wherever they are. They raise their one leg up and leave the mark there. And when I am saying that, I am simply stating a biological fact. You can ask the scientists why the dog does that. He leaves his mark that I have been here and this is my territory. Pissing is golden. He is making history. But all the politicians are doing that. Pissing. And thinking that they are leaving golden marks. Yes, pissing is a little yellow. But I cannot say it is golden. That will be exaggerating. And all that the dog is leaving as his mark and making declaration to the existence that this is my territory, it stinks. I said to him that whole history stinks, and all your politicians simply stink. You please just stop thundering and stop telling us nonsense. You just start the story of all the idiots of the past. And please forgive us not to be added in that list. The politician suffers from a tremendous inferiority complex. Deep down he knows he is nothing. And he wants to prove to the world that he is huge, powerful. He wants to stand first in the line of whole humanity. But the trouble is, humanity follows a general, universal law. It is one of the fundamental laws of the universe that things moves in circles. The earth goes around the sun, the moon goes around the earth, the sun himself is going around some bigger sun which we have not yet been able to discover. But everything moves in circles. And that is true about humanity too. We are standing in a circle and moving in a circle, so always there is somebody ahead of you. This is a trouble. You cannot get out of it. Somebody is always ahead of you. Yes, somebody is behind you. That gives a little satisfaction. But the person who is ahead of you kills it immediately. You are trying to pull the leg of the person and be ahead of him. He will try his hard not to be pulled that way. He will kick you the best he can. But if you even succeed, if you fail, you fail. If you succeed, then too you fail. This is the trouble. Because again you find there is somebody else ahead. And you will always find, because it is a circle. And if you go on succeeding, one day you will find a man who was behind you is ahead of you. That is the ultimate failure. When somebody becomes a president, a prime minister, And then he comes to know, my God, the man now ahead of me is the man who was behind me when I had started the journey. And you can see it after 4 years in America, in India after 5 years. The president is begging for the vote to the man who was behind him. Now he has to ask and beg a vote from him. Now his presidentship, his premiership depends on his vote. He is ahead of you. I have been saying again and again that the leaders are the followers of their own followers. It is a very strange game. You have to pretend to be first, and yet you know the last man has the power to keep you there or not to keep you there. The politician's life is the life of constant struggle and constant anguish. He tries hard to get beyond them, but remaining a politician, this is not possible. All these sufferings, miseries are part and parcel of his political game. One of the education ministers used to come to see me. He was a very rich man, very well educated. Before he became the education minister, he was vice chancellor of a university. When he was a vice chancellor of the university, there in a conference he had heard me and became my friend. And once in a while he used to come just to relax for 1 or 2 days away from the world of the capital and the politicians. He will ask me again and again, you teach to people methods of meditation, of becoming peaceful, silent. And I can understand what you are saying is right, that unless you become silent and peaceful, you cannot hope to be blissful. You have to create the ground for bliss to happen. But you never tell me anything. I said, I will tell you only when you drop your politics, because your politics and my teaching will make you even more miserable. You are enough miserable. If you start trying to be peaceful also, to be silent, even for few moments, to meditate every day, even for half an hour, you will become more miserable than you have ever been, because you cannot succeed in doing it. It is better you accept that this is all that life has got in it: suffering, misery, sleeplessness, and continuous turmoil. It is better in a way that this is all life is. If you become aware that life is more and you start trying for it, you will be unnecessarily multiplying your suffering. You cannot be peaceful, you cannot meditate, you cannot sit silently. Then that will be a very painful defeat. A great successful politician who has become a cabinet minister of a country like India, big, vast, the biggest democracy in the world, and you are having one of the most important portfolios, education. Such a great successful man cannot be silent even for one moment. That will be very disturbing. But he didn't listen to me. He started meditating, reading my books, and what I had said happened. A complete nervous breakdown. He was brought to me. I said, I had told you before. These two things cannot go together. You are trying to run east and west together. Then one leg goes to the east, one leg goes to the west, and you will be torn apart. It is a very simple thing. If you are in politics, then just be in politics. There is no such thing as religion for you. The politician cannot be religious. Remaining a politician, remember the condition. The religious person is on such a fantastic journey. What does he care to be a president of a country, or a prime minister, a king or a queen? What values these kings and queens have? In fact, there are only 5 kings in the world. 4 in the playing cards and 1 in England. And they have the similar value, nothing much. Do you want to be the 6th king? Politicians for centuries have been living in hell. For the simple reason that they think that through this hell they will attain one day to the highest power, position. But what you are going to do with highest power and position? This education minister was one day sitting with me in his car, and we were going just for a ride, and a dog started chasing the car. I said to the driver, slow down a little. The poor dog is so much huffing and buffing. Just slow down. Let him catch the car and then see what happens. The politician said, what will happen? I said, you will see exactly that which happens to a politician. The driver slowed down the car. The dog came close to us and looked silly because what? Now what? I asked the education minister, this is your position, now what? Chasing the car, he was far happier. At least there was something to do, a great challenge. But once he reaches the car, then he feels embarrassed because now the challenge has disappeared, and he looks all around that he must be foolish why he was chasing. He never thought about it, why he is chasing, what he is going to do if he gets to the car. Even if he sits in the chair of the driver, what he is going to do. These great politicians sitting in great power in White House, in Kremlin, just dogs sitting in a car. Looking all around silly, thinking, is this the end? There is nowhere else to go. Once you have reached the White House, you have nowhere to go. You are really caught, and by your own efforts, into a prison. The politician cannot be religious, because religion means understanding, awareness, silence, harmony, and a deep let go with existence. A feeling of at peace with everything as it is. No desire to be anybody else, no desire to be anywhere else, no desire for tomorrow. All is fulfilled in this moment. The politician cannot afford this. And the religious man who is in this situation, in this ultimate state of being, for him, politicians are just foolish people. He may not say so, just out of etiquette. I am not a man of etiquette. I don't know manners. I simply call a spade a fucking spade. Because that's what it is. I have made the spade actually what it is. The old proverb is a spade is a spade. That doesn't sound of any importance. Of course, a spade is a spade. So what? It does not say anything about the spades. So I simply say that these are all idiots. But there is still hope for humanity. The hope is not that religious people will become politicians, or that religious people will start taking interest in politics. No. But religious people can become, should become rebellious against all political stupidity. There is the hope. The religious person should not remain just contented with his blissfulness and allow all these idiots to go on doing harm to innocent humanity. To me, this is the only compassion. To rebel against the whole history of humanity. The religious person should rebel. In the past he has not done that. That's why I say in the past religion has been only immature. Even the greatest religious personalities in the past will look pygmies compared to the authentic religious person who is going to be born. Because the authentic religion is basically rebellion. Rebellion against all superstition. Rebellion against all stupidity. Rebellion against all nonsense that goes on being imposed on human mind continuously. A rebellious religious man is a fire. His words will be words on fire. His silence is not going to be the silence of a symmetry. His silence will be the silence of a song, of a dance. His silence will be the silence of two lovers meeting and not able to find words how to convey the love. The love makes them wordless. The moment lovers start talking too much, you can understand love has disappeared. Conversation has started. Conflict is not very far away. Conversation is the beginning. Soon there will be arguments. Where else conversation can lead except to controversy? But two lovers, when they are really in love, throbbing with a new energy, feel themselves stuck, suddenly wordless. Even to say I love you seems to be difficult, seems to be far below to the fact of love. It seems somehow to be sacrilegious to bring words into something which is so silent and so glowing in silence and so alive in silence. The religious person is silent, but it is not the silence of a symmetry, not the silence of a dead man. It is the silence of one who is really alive, fully alive, intensely alive. This intense aliveness is going to become his rebellion. What have I been doing for 30 years continuously? Fighting to every kind of nonsense. Was there any reward? Was I seeking any reward out of this all fight? No, it was not for any reward. It was just the way my aliveness was asserting itself. It was not goal-oriented. There was no motivation. I was simply being myself. I enjoyed all that fight. In fact, the people who came in conflict with me were very much surprised, because it was an agony for them. To me, it was an ecstasy. They could not understand that how I am enjoying it. And I was surrounded all around with enemies. Alone, single-handedly, I was moving in millions of people against themselves, saying things which were very much hurting to their beliefs. Even one Sankaracharya asked me, that what do you going to get out of it? You are simply making so many enemies. Politicians are your enemies. All kinds of religious people are your enemies. The rich are your enemies. The poor are your enemies. The capitalists are your enemies. The communists are your enemies. He said, this is strange. Mohammedans, Hindus, Jainas, Buddhists, Parsis, Sikhs, Christians, they are all your enemies. I said to him, I am going to write a book, how to impress people and create enemies. This is just an experience for it. He said, you are never serious. I was just being concerned. He was a new man appointed to be a Sankaracharya. Young. He has known me before he was a Sankaracharya. He was genuinely concerned. He said, I don't see anything that you can get out of this except making everybody an enemy. And yet you enjoy it. It happened in Faridabad, a place near New Delhi. There was a great World Hindu Conference. This Sankaracharya told me that there is danger. He was still being friendly to me. He said, in the public, I cannot be on your side, but deep down I feel your authenticity, your sincerity. I cannot say this before the public because I don't have that courage. But to you I want to be warned, because there is much conspiracy going on, that today something has to be done to this man, because he has been hammering all our beliefs, all our heritage, all our institutions. Nobody seems to have any answer for him. Nobody seems to have any argument. So they are thinking just the way idiots will think, that why not kill this man? Why not destroy this man? So today's meeting can become fatal to your life. I said, don't be worried. Every moment is fatal to life. Because any moment death can come. And this is great. With 50,000 people, I will enjoy my death too. He said, you are incurable. I am just being friendly to you. And I am certain there is going something. I said, if you are certain, I trust you. I will do my best to let it happen. And really, in the evening conference, there must have been at least 100,000 people. In the morning conference, there were only 50,000. The number had doubled, because the gossip that something is going to happen, something is boiling up, brought many more people to the evening meeting. As I started speaking, I could see that 3 persons, a strong man, just came and sat behind me. They looked criminals, professionals. Perhaps they were borrowed for the occasion. Before speaking, I said, I want to say a few things about these 3 great men who are sitting behind me. There was great silence on the stage. There were all great Hindu monks, 3 Shankaracharyas, at least 50 people were there, prominent politicians, and Delhi was close, so great politicians were available, and they don't miss such a gathering. 100,000 people, just seeing them on the stage is enough. Those 3 people had not expected that I am going to speak about them first. And how do I know about them? And I said that these 3 persons are there to kill me. So you all have to be aware that at least they should be patient. There is no problem in killing, they can kill me. But let me first finish what I want to say to you. If they kill me in the middle, you will be at a loss. You will have missed what I was going to say to you. So I want one thing to ask you. Do you want me to say all that I have to say? If you want me, then please raise your hands. If you don't want me, then what is the point of saying half the thing? Half the truth is far worse than a lie. Then I would rather remain silent and tell these three people to kill me. 100,000 hands stood up with shouting that we want to hear you and we will see who can attack you. And many people, hundreds of people came behind me, behind those three people, to prevent them. You will be surprised. I spoke always the way I speak. I said things as strongly as possible. And the miracle was that I was speaking against those people's beliefs. But somewhere man remains innocent deep down. Just you have to know the knack to reach to that point, to touch his heart. All those Shankaracharyas and the politicians by and by started getting out of the stage. I was given only 20 minutes to speak, but the president has left. The other organizers have left, seeing the situation that the whole thing has backfired. But the people will not leave those three persons. They were holding them. The whole meeting became my meeting. I spoke almost for 2.5 hours because there was nobody else and nobody else to tell me to stop or anything. The chairman was missing and they are all, because they were all part of the conspiracy. And those three men fell in my feet and they said, somehow, save us. If you leave, these people will kill us. I said, just leave them because they have not done anything. Moreover, they are professionals. They have nothing against me. They may have got some money, and I am not against that. You have got the money, I asked them, or you have not got yet? And these are the moments when you see realities which are not ordinarily available. They said they could not speak a lie. And they were professional criminals, murderers. They had been charged with murder before, they have been in jail many times. But they could not speak a lie. Just seeing my truth, a synchronicity, something in them also was touched. They said, half they have given us and half they have promised after killing you. So I said, you will lose half. You kill me and get the other half. They said, we don't want to kill you. We had no idea who you are. Listening to you, we want to kill all those people who were trying to kill you. And I said to people that leave these simple, innocent people. Don't harass them. I would like them to move away before I leave the place, because I don't know, this is such a big crowd and you look so angry. The conference was going to be for 3 days. This was the first day. So I said, the conference will continue. Now it is my conference. Every arrangement is there. So for 3 days we will continue. And we continued for 3 days. And you will be surprised, those 3 men were continuously coming to listen and sitting in front of me. Tears in their eyes. When I was leaving Faridabad, the people who had come to give me a send-off, those 3 people were there with garlands and with tears. And they said, you have changed our whole life. We have always played like puppets in the hands of politicians, priests. We are not criminals. These people have made us criminals. They pay us to commit a crime. If we are caught, then they try to save us. They give us all legal support, any bribery that is needed for the judges, or everything they do to save us, because they need criminals for their political career, for their religious career. I said, yes, a priest is not a religious man. He is having a religious career. He is professional. For 30 years I have been hammering as hard as possible. And few things I have realized, that howsoever thick conditioning may have happened to humanity in the past, it can all be broken. Just we need few authentic religious persons, not priests, not professionals, people who have experienced. They will become burning torches in the darkness of the night. They will not become politicians, but they can destroy the whole political structure of the world. And that's what is needed. They will not become interested in politics. They will be certainly interested in the humanity that the politicians have been exploiting for centuries. They will not take power in their hands. They will simply destroy these parasites and let the power be with everybody. In fact, power should be distributed to everybody. It should be decentralized. There is no need for power to be centralized. Centralized, it is bound to corrupt. Decentralized, everybody is powerful in his own way. What is the need of having politicians? The animal called politician has to disappear from the earth. This is the hope. And I know that now, and only now, it is possible. Before it was not possible. For two reasons. The authentic religious people were not there. Secondly, the politician has not yet done his worst. Now both things are available. The sincere, authentic religion is being born amongst you. And the politician has come to his teether's end. He has done the worst. Now he cannot do anything more. What more than a nuclear war destroying the whole world? Before the politician and his nuclear weapons destroy the whole humanity, the few authentic religious people have to bring fire to every heart in which the whole political game is finished. And with the political game finished, the politician will disappear. This is the only hope. Third World War is a great hope, because it will reveal the politician in his true colors. Up to now there have been wars, big wars, First World War, Second World War, and thousands other wars. But they were not total. Somebody was going to win, somebody was going to be defeated. The Third World War is going to be a total world war. Nobody is going to win, nobody is going to be defeated. All are going to be finished. Now this is the ultimate in war. And ultimate in idiocy. What is the point of fighting if both are going to be finished? The whole point was that you can win. There is a possibility of your winning. At the worst, you can lose. But the other will win. Somebody is going to be victorious. In the Third World War, nobody is going to be victorious because nobody is going to survive it. Neither democracy, nor communism, neither America, nor Russia, nobody is going to survive it. So what is the point? But the politician has come to such a state, he cannot go back. He has to go on, knowing perfectly well that this is going to end finally into an ultimate destruction of this whole planet, this beautiful planet. There are millions of planets in the world, but perhaps the earth is the most beautiful. All those planets are without greenery, without flowers, without birds, without animals, without human beings, without poetry, without music, without dance, without celebration. They are just dead. Earth is so alive. It is not only the question of humanity's future, it is also the question of existence missing its most precious planet. It is an existential question, not just a planetary one, not confined to this small earth. It is a question for the whole infinite universe. Because in this whole universe, this small planet has become an oasis of consciousness. And there are more possibilities. This should not be stopped. Hence I say, there is hope. But the hope lies in the religious person's rebelliousness. I have been asked thousands of times that you go on teaching religion, there is no problem. But why you mix religion with rebellion? That creates problem. One of the prime ministers of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri, was a very good man, as good as a politician can be. But I have known so many politicians that I can say perhaps he was the best out of all those criminals. He said to me that if you are a little less sincere and a little more diplomatic, you can become the greatest Mahatma in the country. But you go on saying naked truth without bothering that this is going to create more enemies to you. Can't you be a little diplomatic? I said, you are asking me to be diplomatic? that means a hypocrite. Knowing something else, saying something else, doing something else. I am going to remain the same. I can drop being religious if it is needed, but I cannot drop being rebellious, because to me that is the very soul of religion. I can drop every other thing which is thought to be religious, but I cannot drop rebellion. That is the very soul. The day I became convinced that now I have enough people who can move towards that Everest I had been pointing all my life, I dropped my contact with the masses completely, for the simple reason so that I can give my whole time whatsoever has remained there, so that I can give my whole energy whatsoever existence allows me to a small concentrated group. Because the need is not of millions of religious people, no. The need is only of few chosen ones. If I can ignite fire in my sannyasins, I have done my work. Then each of my sannyasin will be capable of doing the same as I have done to him. And we can put this whole earth afire, aglow, with a new humanity and with a new sunrise.